At Harris Ranch, we understand great brands aren't born. They're built over a lifetime of hard work, dedicated leadership, and innovation. Harris Ranch has built our brand of California-grown beef for over 50 years. And today, we're the West's most trusted and well-known brand of premium grass-raised and grain-finished beef. Legendary beef, legendary quality. Harris Ranch began in 1937 as a family-owned farming and ranching operation in California's San Joaquin Valley. In the 60s, the company began a cattle feeding operation near Coalinga, California, and later added beef processing, making Harris Ranch functionally integrated. In 1982, Harris Ranch launched one of the first branded beef programs in the United States, and we've been an industry leader ever since. Today, while we are focused on our dynamic future, Harris Ranch remains dedicated to the core values of our iconic brand. Our advantage in this competitive industry lies in the fact that Harris Ranch controls multiple aspects of beef production, including cattle sources, feeding and finishing at Harris Feeding Company, processing at Harris Ranch Beef Company, and finally, distribution of our world-class beef. Harris Ranch believes raising cattle and environmental stewardship go hand in hand. For us, as well as our ranching partners, the land is not just where we raise our cattle, it's also where we raise our families. Sustainability means ensuring the land, water, and other natural resources will provide for the next generation by not only focusing on the well-being of our livestock, but also by maintaining the environment. Today, improved genetics, along with improved production technologies, allow for more beef to be produced from fewer cattle, while using fewer natural resources. This is part of our larger story of sustainability. At Harris Ranch, our beef cattle spend approximately 70 to 80% of the time grazing on grass on ranches before being fed and finished for about 120 days on a nutritionally balanced diet of corn and other feed grains, plus alfalfa hay, vitamins, and minerals. Due to improved efficiencies, beef produced in feedlots actually has a smaller carbon footprint than meat raised exclusively on grass, which surprises many of our customers. Harris Feeding Company encompasses over 800 acres and has a one-time capacity to feed up to 120,000 head of cattle. Average annual rainfall at the feedlot is rarely more than 5 inches, providing an ideal growing environment for our cattle. The Midwestern corn used in our cattle feed arrives by train every other week at our company-owned milling operation. Corn arriving by rail in reality is more environmentally friendly than relying on tractors and trailers for delivery. Our consulting nutritionist formulates all feed blends to optimize cattle performance and produce superior quality beef. Feeding cattle grains like corn helps us produce beef that's more tender, juicy, and flavorful, the premium quality our brand is famous for. At Harris Ranch, cattle are never overcrowded to ensure each animal has access to feed and clean water. Several years ago, Harris Ranch discontinued feeding Tylen, a product in the same class of antibiotics used in human medicine. Today, antibiotics are used in a therapeutic manner under veterinarian oversight to treat cattle that require medical attention. We believe it's inhumane to not treat an animal that becomes ill. Just like caregivers with children who become sick and need medicine, we administer antibiotics to sick cattle to make them well again. Whenever antibiotics are administered, Harris Ranch strictly follows withdrawal periods, or the time it takes for a drug to naturally be eliminated from the animal's system, to ensure no measurable amount of antibiotics that could harm human health are present in the animal at the time of harvest. To help confirm this, we randomly test beef carcasses to make sure no antibiotic residues are present. The U.S. Department of Agriculture does the same, all in an effort to provide consumers the most wholesome beef products possible. We also routinely test our feed ingredients to make sure no unwanted pesticide residues are present. As an added benefit for our retail partners, Harris Ranch feeds supplemental vitamin E. High levels of vitamin E help our beef hold color better and longer. In fact, 12 to 24 hours additional shelf life can be achieved depending on the cut of beef. Finally, we add Lactobacillus acidophilus, the good bacteria used to make yogurt, to their diets. It is a natural way to improve the overall digestive health of our cattle and bolster their immune systems. Harris Ranch takes exceptional care to ensure the well-being of our cattle. Each and every day, cowboys ride the pens to monitor the health and welfare of every animal in their care. We routinely scrape pens and compost waste material for future use in local farming operations. Our livestock handling facilities at both our feeding operation and processing plant were designed with input from Dr. Temple Grandin, a world-renowned expert in animal welfare.
Well, this is a yard that we designed, and basically the way these pens work, the cattle go in one end, come out the other end on an angle, so you have nice one-way traffic flow. And then there's a round tub where the cattle go back on around. They think they're going back to where they come from. And the principle is use cattle behavior. Cattle have a natural tendency to want to go back to where they come from. So when you lay out a tub, you want to lay it out in a full half circle. So you use that going back to where they come from principle. Non-slip flooring is absolutely essential. One thing good at Harris Ranch is you've put up shade cloth, and one of the things that's really good about this shade cloth is they got it laced really tight so it doesn't flap. Now the thing I want to emphasize is good facilities make good handling possible, but you got to have the management to go along with it. So it takes both the facilities and the people running the facilities. When the industry today, compared to the 80s and the early 90s, is very, very different, very much improved. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but compared to the 80s and early 90s, it's light years ahead of where it was. I've taken people on a lot of tours of meat plants, and I usually have them go up on the ramp, stand and watch the cattle go in, and they're surprised at how calmly the cattle go in, because they're always concerned that the cattle know they're going to die. Well, they behave the same way at the plant as they behave in the veterinary chute. It's not stress-free, but I've collected a lot of research data, and the cortisol levels at the plant and at the feedlot of the ranch when you handle them is just about the same.
Harris Ranch has strict humane livestock handling policies, and we conduct ongoing employee training on how to properly care for and transport cattle. Livestock welfare practices at Harris Feeding Company include shade, parasitic wasps, which aid in biological fly control, and a sprinkler system that reduces dust and helps cool cattle during summer months. Harris Ranch uses an independent third party to verify our compliance with the Beef Quality Assurance Program and its animal care requirements. Once cattle at Harris Feeding Company reach an optimum weight and quality, they are transported to our beef processing facility, Harris Ranch Beef Company. Because of their close proximity, transit time for cattle is under an hour, much lower than industry norms and less stressful for our livestock. As part of our ongoing commitment to food safety, trucks transporting cattle from Harris Feeding Company are thoroughly washed between each trip to help reduce any possibility of cross-contamination. Here, too, we have set the bar for quality standards as no other beef company can. The California Highway Patrol has recognized our transportation fleet as one of the safest in the state. We recently upgraded a large portion of our fleet to liquefied natural gas, making them near-zero emission vehicles. Harris Ranch believes quality begins with safety, and we are committed to providing unparalleled levels of both. Strict quality assurance practices call for washing all cattle prior to entry into the plant. Attention is given to every detail in order to reduce stress and ensure cattle remain quiet and calm. Once humane processing begins, our highly trained quality assurance staff strictly adheres to HACCP guidelines and good manufacturing processes. Our state-of-the-art harvest floor incorporates the latest technologies in sanitary dressing and improved ergonomics throughout the facility. Food safety improvements have been incorporated into all aspects of our operation, making Harris Ranch Beef Company one of the most advanced plants in the nation. Our carcass coolers provide superior cold chain management and enhanced bacteria control, and our electronic carcass grading camera provides consistent carcass grading results. Harris Ranch works in tandem with on-site USDA inspectors who examine each carcass to ensure product wholesomeness. During harvesting, our food safety interventions ensure lower bacteria counts. Our strategic plan for pathogen reduction involves hundreds of daily samples taken in all areas of the plant. These practices and procedures have allowed Harris Ranch to establish unsurpassed microbiological safety standards. In fact, Harris Ranch has been awarded a AA rating by the leading international third-party auditing organization. Harris Ranch Beef Company's sustainable homegrown beef supports local and regional economies, protects the environment, and reflects our commitment to reducing food miles, the distance food travels from its place of origin to its place of final consumption. In fact, 90% of Harris Ranch beef is distributed within a 250-mile radius of our processing facility. By featuring Harris Ranch beef, our retail customers and their shoppers can have confidence in where their beef comes from. Harris Ranch Angus beef and our non-breed specific beef are available in prime, choice, and select grades in both large and small box formats, providing added flexibility for end users. We also offer Harris Ranch Certified Angus beef, a product of superior quality and consistency. Each cut meets 10 stringent quality standards, ensuring generous marbling and consistency. Harris Ranch has also raised the bar in ground beef production and maintains an unparalleled food safety and quality record. Our premium ground beef is produced from California-grown grain-fed beef for unsurpassed flavor. No boneless lean beef trimmings are used in any of our ground beef products. We grind daily for maximum freshness, and as an added safety measure, we test all raw materials before grinding under our internal test and hold program. We also conduct final grind testing to further ensure product wholesomeness. Our increased sampling frequency allows for better detection of potentially harmful microorganisms and helps add shelf life to our ground beef. Available ground beef products include IQF patties as well as fresh ground beef chubs in a variety of popular sizes, lean points, and primal-specific ground beef blends. Other value-added capabilities include one of the largest cooking operations in the state, allowing us the flexibility to produce a variety of specialty meat products, including cooked beef entrees, and a full spectrum of deli meats such as roast beef, pastrami, corned beef, ham, and turkey. Our cooking capabilities help to further Harris Ranch as a processing powerhouse. Whether Harris Ranch is producing beef for an independent grocer down the road, a major supermarket chain, or an export distributor across the globe, all our beef is produced to extremely high standards. We offer our customers the same premium beef featured at Harris Ranch Restaurant, one of the busiest independent restaurants in California. Located midway between Los Angeles and San Francisco, Harris Ranch Restaurant proudly showcases beef with mouth-watering flavor and tenderness, plus farm-raised produce served in an atmosphere reminiscent of an early California hacienda. Harris Ranch. Our ranching partners and our entire team of associates take pride in being part of a genuine Western tradition, with a reputation for producing exceptional quality beef. Harris Ranch, the most recognized brand of beef in the West.